Alright YouTube, what's going on? It is ConflctNerd Callum here today, bringing you another episode of Conflict World, my RollerCoaster Tycoon 2 series. So in this episode, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and build on the other side of the Boulevard. I've not done anything since the last episode, and it's been quite a few days since I have played last, but I have thought through quite a few things in my head, which I'm going to go ahead and build. So I'm very quickly going to start off here by building a circus. The reason for this is because I'm about to demolish a lot of rides, and I think this ride fits in here nicely. I'm not going to bother about detail at this stage in the episode. I'll wait and do probably a time lapse later on in the episode. So what I'm going to do right now is just place this new ride just so it can get open, because on this opposite side of the boulevard what we are going to do is we are going to go ahead and redo the go-karts, I think, and I think I might leave the roller coaster there, not really at all sure, and then I'm going to get rid of the Snow Cups ride just due to the fact that I don't really want to have that in this area because it would be more appropriate in a snow area. So with that done, that's open. I'm very quickly going to go ahead and change this colour scheme to the usual, which is red and white for this area. So that looks fine for now. As I said, I'll go ahead and deal with the rest of that later on. So the reason I'm going ahead and doing this is because of one or two complaints. So if I go in here into my people thoughts, and then if we jump down here, group this, you can see that I've been queuing for castle carts for ages. That's an issue due to the platform not being long enough, and I can't provide enough go-karts. Plus the queue in itself I feel is a bit too long. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and basically just delete it and rebuild a new one in a more appropriate place. I'm going to change the colour scheme, make it like how it should be along the boulevard. So if this panda could hurry up and move, then we can go ahead and start deleting this path here, slowly but surely. I'm going to double up the path as well, because as you can see, if we rotate around here, you can see how busy that path actually is. It's just unreal. So definitely need to go ahead and double up that path as well, just so the park doesn't look as crowded. And naturally as well, like in a main boulevard of a theme park, the paths aren't exactly going to be thin, are they? So if we go ahead and do this along here, fortunately we have a quick way of doing this, then we have up till there. So with that built, what I'm going to do is, hypothetically, let's say there's a path going along here. Again, I'm still building for the future, I'm trying to think everything through. So now with that built, I want to leave a wee bit of area for flowers as well. So if where are our go-karts? Go-karts are in here. So if we go ahead and change the camera, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by building the go-karts up against this corner here instead of like halfway along, just so we can go ahead and really maximize the space. So what we're going to do here is we're going to build, how far back? Yeah, I think here's good. So if we build that there, what we're going to do is we're just going to build this really long here. Then there we go. So that's just pretty much built what I want. Now, oddly, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to build the entrance and exit. I want the entrance to be at this side, and then the exit to be further down, so that we connect up like that. I'm just actually going to pre-build the path now. Again, I don't want it to be too long, but I also don't want it to be too short either, just because now we have more carts to our advantage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build you like that. It's going to remove you, remove you, remove you. People are going to be wandering all over the shop now. And then we go ahead and do that, and that is the entrance. If we could actually get you to turn around and connect to here, that would be even better. There we go. So that's the queue built. The queue is much smaller than the old one, and hopefully it means we can get people through this ride much quicker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and maximize my space actually. What we're going to do is we're going to have a few hairpins here, stuff like that. What I'm going to do is go back one, have this turn in here. What I'm going to do is have that, let me think about this. So we're going to go ahead and want to elevate it pretty quickly. As far as I know, we don't. The only special we have is the station platform, so we don't have any cool features, unfortunately. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up here to a height of 15. Then I'm going to have this rotate around a wee bit, like so. Then I'm going to have it drop down. Then I'm going to have it come along a bit. And I'm going to have it come back up. to 15 again. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have it cross over the platform area, and then we're going to have it come back down, but we're not going to have it go all the way down. Tell you what, we'll go ahead and build that like that, have that go down. Then we will have to actually let it go down to even that out, have that corner. There's lots of people being sick around here, which I'm really not liking actually, so we'll have to deal with that issue as well. There's a lot of issues which I sort of, after editing the last episode, I thought, you know what, there's quite a few things that just aren't right here and I'm not happy with. That's really what comes as a problem when I analyse my own gameplay. I just get really unhappy with it. So anyway, I don't actually have enough room to level that out there, so what we will do is we will have a wee bit straight here. We'll have that like so. We'll have you come down. We'll have you just do lots of hairpins, I think, here. So like so. Like so. Have you go up. Have you come back around. Come along down. And that's kind of it really, to be honest. So it's a much more, it's a different layout. I don't know if there's as much track. I think there's probably about the same amount of track. It's just the platform area is much longer, which in turn will make the ride hopefully much better. So before we go ahead and open any of this up, I need to get rid of this sick because it is pissing me off. So there's some more handymen hired, so we'll go ahead and close all those windows. How are we doing for other staff? We'll hire a new mechanic, we'll hire a new entertainer, and we'll hire a new security guard. However, the entertainer I'm going to change. You can see the entertainer in the middle of my screen right now. I'm going to change you to a tiger. So that tiger there is looking pretty cool. I quite like the tiger, so we'll leave you as a tiger. Now, I don't have the mouse on. It's just because the mouse, for some reason with this game, it glitches out a lot, and it also, because this game's so old, it's just really weird. So unfortunately, I can't find a way to have the mouse on while recording this game. So right now I've got it turned off. But now with all that said, what we're going to do is go ahead and change up the colour scheme. Again, keeping with the colour scheme which we've got down this main boulevard. So I really like how they put a tent canvas over the actual station platform. I really like that. If we go ahead and change that up to red though, and change the, I'm not really at all sure what you call it, the scaffolding or the support beams up to red. That looks really, really nice like that. Then what I'm going to do is change all the vehicles to the colour of red as well. And I think with that done, I just need to go ahead and add in a tiny bit more detail. We'll add in a no entrance sign here, like so, and then we'll maybe add some TVs in the queue as well. Hopefully we won't get too many complaints. One, because the line isn't very long here, but also because we should have like, yeah, we have 21 carts now, so we should really be able to get people through at a really fast rate. And we'll also turn this down to number of laps only being at 2 as well. So there we go, that's that now open, and I'm not going to test it just because I'm pretty sure the track will be safe. In some cases, if you build a roller coaster to extreme, or if you build a go-kart track to extreme, then go-karts can fly off the track. Really difficult for go-karts to have that, but say for example, if we were to come along here and we jump into the ratings, as you can see the intensity rating, if that's too high and the max speed for example was 100 on this roller coaster, then stuff would just fly off it. Simple as that. So we really kind of want to avoid that, and that is hopefully what we're going to avoid today. So with that built now, hopefully people will start going back over to that ride. I'm going to leave this ride at the top because I have an idea for this top area. The circus is doing okay. It's off to a not bad start. As you can see, the cinemas are really busy, and I knew the cinemas would be extremely busy. Looks like this one is, why is it closed? Yeah, you're broken down, that was my guess, yep. So hopefully someone is responding to that, which is good. So overall I think the park's doing really well actually. We're at 600 guests already, Jesus. And it's a really small space to have 600 guests in, I feel. I feel it's a bit overpopulated right now. But I can't really do too much about that. We can't exactly really control the rate that guests come into the park. Essentially we could go ahead and maybe close, oh we can't even close the park, can we? No we can't, so we can't even stop people from coming in, so wouldn't be surprised if we got 1 or 2 complaints in the near future that this place is overcrowded. But we seem to... what is this error? Or not error, but complaint. So I've been queuing for timber turnaround for ages. What is timber turnaround? Whereabouts is that? Oh, the roller coaster up here. Yeah, I could see that, to be honest. Like, the line is really, really long. But that roller coaster isn't going to stay there forever. But we'll come back to that in a second once we have not completed the Boulevard, but gone ahead and added a few more rides in. So now the go-karts are done, what my aim is to do is to keep this here. Looks like, why have you not been fixed? Where is this mechanic at? Where are you, son? You're all the way over there. What are you actually up to? Like, you're literally just walking back and forth. Like, are you gonna... Dude, what the fuck? There we go, I'll give you a wee bit of a helping hand, but now he's not responding to it, so one of the other mechanics is going to get called, and this is where our part rating dips. Is anyone going to get called out to fix it? Right, so he's now answering the radio call. Yup, and he's in the wrong queue. You were literally right beside the roller coaster, or not roller coaster, but you know, ride. So, the AI in this game, it could really do with some work at times, but anyway, my aim is to keep this here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and recolor it. So we're going to change that to white, change that to red, and then change that to red. So I really do like the look of that. Going to go ahead and change this to the canvas tents, and then we're going to go ahead and change the vehicles to white, and I think they're all the same, which is good. Yep. So I really like the look of that. Unfortunately, some of the support beams are brown. That's due to them not actually being part of the ride. They're actually additional scenery, which, as you can see in here, there is additional scenery which you can go ahead and apply. So what I'm going to have to do to change their colour, unfortunately I have to go ahead and delete them. There's not too much I have to delete though, but we're going to go ahead and do that. Like so, with this really fidgety tool. This might take a while actually. No, I do not want to destroy the ride. Just the scenery, thank you. And there's more around here as well. Oh, come on, there we go. Another one, and just a few more left. And there we go. So it looks a bit more bare now, actually, which I don't like. I'm going to have to change the colour of that canvas as well. Change you to red, change you to white. Come back over here, hold shift, and there we go. That looks good like that. Bar that though, I don't really think... I could go ahead and put one there if I'm good with my scenery. So if we do that like that, it's really difficult to see sometimes. Oh, I obviously can't have one there because that would be over the tracks. So we have that like that, and then if we go ahead and up one... Is that on correctly? No. It's because part of this is too low. This is why it's really, really fidgety and really annoying sometimes, especially when you're building at an elevated height, because it's so difficult to just get things right in the correct places. So if we come back here and up there, is that right? Yeah, there we go, that's right. So that's added, I guess, a wee bit of additional detail, and then I think I'm just going to go ahead and add in some more support beams along here as well, because there was originally support beams along here. So if we go ahead and add in that there, then what I'm going to do is add in some of this here. So we add in that like so, and then if I jump in here and then maybe build that there. That looks nice, that'll do. So it just gives it that wee bit more, you know, realistic look which we are aiming for in our park. There's still a lot of sick on the ground, which I'm really not happy with. So I'm going to hire 2 more handymen just to go ahead and deal with this issue. Again, they're probably all grouped together Jesus, why is there so much? It's because of this roller coaster here and people are walking down this boulevard and just being sick. But I really don't know where all the rest of the handymen are. They're probably just grouped together, being really silly. But as you can see here, the queue is really small. There's a wee bit of an issue there but with traffic, but I don't really think that's going to affect people's... Yes, the intensity rating's low actually, but... Ah well, hopefully we've dealt with that issue at least anyway, though. It doesn't really seem to be... Yeah, it's actually... Go-Karts 1 was great, so that's great to read. Overall, we've got really positive stuff, bar the I feel sick, which we might want to go ahead and add another medical centre at some point. But we can deal with that later on. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and add in another ride in between these two rides, and then that'll basically complete the Boulevard. And I think what I'm going to go for is Dodgems. Maybe not actually. We've already got Dodgems in our park. Oh, could add in a maze. I've not got a maze in this park yet, do I? We could add in a maze. We could build our own maze actually. How difficult is it to build your own maze though? I don't know if I want to build my own maze. No, I definitely don't. That looks way too pickety. No way I'm doing that. Let's go ahead and take a pre-built maze from the list. However, again, I don't really know if any would suit our sort of design here actually. You know what, we'll leave maze. I do want to build a maze because maze can be really good to have, but I just don't think... Would flying saucers be a good bet? I kind of want something that's, you know, symmetrical in this space. That wouldn't be, I don't think. Well, there's 3 tiles at one side and 2 at that. No, that would do actually. So we go ahead and build that in there, and then we add in that there. Again, a lot of this isn't really going to look that nice until we get some more scenery built in here, but I'm very quickly just going to have to delete this whole path just because, you know, the paths in this game are really silly. So that is like that. This ride isn't going to be that popular. I mean, it'll be a wee bit popular, but doesn't really need that long a path. We'll go ahead and change the colour scheme again, so change it to canvas. I probably want a white dish with red walls and then all vehicles to be like that. So there we go, that's looking not too bad now. Just had another thought actually, can I change the colour of paths? No, I can't. Because I could have, like, instead of having blue and grey, I could have red and white. However, that might be a wee bit too over the top. But now that's all built there, all I really need to go ahead and do is add in some tulips and flowers, decorate it up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and delete the snow cups just because I don't want that in this area. That's going to go in the snow area whenever we build that. So what I'm going to do is delete that, and it's now gone. Now it's really time to go ahead and jump into a time lapse, I think. So that's what I'm going to do. Basically, I'm just going to go ahead and put down loads of flowers. You've seen it all before. I'm going to speed this up just so this takes a wee bit less time. Right, so there we go. I think that looks quite nice. I'm not really at all sure what to do about the edges along the roller coasters, or not the roller coasters, you know, the rides that have this scaffolding. Should I put fences like that? Because it's sort of, you know, I don't know if that looks silly or not, having fences along there. I don't know if that's a good idea to have or not. Maybe we will actually, I'm not really at all sure. I think we'll leave it for now. I'm not that bothered by it. I'll have a wee think about that. Stuff like that can sometimes really annoy me. Other times I'll just let it go. But there we go. It's not got, like, for example, over here, as you can see, there's a straight line. There's not a straight line along this area here. That's just unfortunate. It's just the rides that I have chosen. However, What I'm probably going to do eventually when I start to build other zones is have like maybe a line of trees in between the zones anyway, so that's not going to be too much of an issue. I will leave that for now. Unfortunately, as you can see here right now, a lot of the flowers are dead. That is because they haven't been watered. Now unfortunately, of course, one of them is watering a garden, but my handymen aren't very good. But fortunately, when it rains, all the flowers come back to life. If we go over and look at the entrance to the theme park, as you can see, all these flowers along here are dead. Bar this tiny one here actually, oddly, which is just beside the exit. Of course you can't see my mouse. It's right beside the exits. You can see it's alive, so we need to wait for the rain to come along and give all the flowers a bit more life. I don't like that edge there either actually, so this is what I mean by going ahead and adding in some more fences. I think I will do that, but I'm not going to do that right now. I also went ahead and put in some flowers up at the front here. That is eventually where the tourist information stuff will go, but unfortunately we've not unlocked the tourist information stuff or building yet. And the next thing is the burger bar, so it doesn't really look like we're going to get that for a while. So with that built now, I have a wee bit of extra room down the front here, which I'm not at all sure what I'm going to do. I've decided when I knock this roller coaster down, what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build a large food area. So as you can see right now, I believe these are our only food stalls in the whole park. I'm hungry is at 11 people, and that's probably only going to go up. So I'm hungry, yeah, it's now at 27, so that's becoming a much larger issue. So in the future what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build a large food area with literally every single stall, and that's what I'm going to do up at the top of the boulevard up here. However, we'll do that in the next episode. Before I finish, I want to go ahead and put a little bit of stuff into here. What I'm thinking of doing is maybe putting 2 or 3 of these in along here for now, or we could go ahead and it's a thinking game this, but it's also trying to see how, you know, what rides we can fit in here. We can probably get this Ferris wheel in here actually. I think that may be a good shout, because Ferris wheels are very common in theme parks, and surprisingly I don't have one in yet. This isn't a Ferris wheel anyway, it's a carousel. That's what I meant to say. I would go ahead and put a carousel in here, also by the front as well. And it's an absolute classic. It's only going to have a small queue, but I mean, people really aren't too bothered about going on carousels, so we'll go ahead and build that in there. And then what I'll have behind that is maybe some motion simulators. I'm not really at all sure what I'm going to do. What I'm thinking about doing is, of course, this roller coaster is about to move, or I might just go ahead and delete it and not re-put it in. I might put in a different roller coaster. I think I'm going to film the corners by the park entrance where this Dodgems is here and where this motion simulator is with roller coasters, so they're sort of half out the way for now. I think that may be a good idea to have. And then that's pretty much the boulevard done actually. There's a lot of little things that I need to do. I need to go ahead and add in a bit more scenery around this circus here, and also up by the double carousel, which I need to go ahead and format correctly. So canvas, change you to white, and then what is blue? What is that? I think it's like the seats on the horses. I'm not even at all sure what it is changing. We're going to leave that at red. That looks okay for now. So I think the boulevard is near enough done. I've got quite a wee bit of little details to go ahead and add in, but I'll do that off camera. But I think we're making a really, really good start to this theme park. We're at 700 guests, which is a lot. So in next episode, we'll go ahead, we'll move the roller coasters. We definitely need to get a food area into the park, or a larger food area. Really happy with the go-karts. Flying saucers look nice, and also so does this roller coaster. I'm going to go ahead and off camera add in a wee bit more flowers and stuff like that, just because you don't want to see me do that all the time. And I'll go ahead and do that and make that look really nice and pretty. Anyway, that is all for this episode of RollerCoaster Tycoon 2. I did get a suggestion for the name of the boulevard. I'm not going to go with it though, so it's still the Boulevard for now. Again, I don't know what to call it, so if you've got any suggestions, then go ahead and put them down in the description below. If you've also got any ideas for the series, any certain roller coasters I should build or whatever, then go ahead and leave that down in the comment section below as well. Your help and input is greatly appreciated. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this video. My name is ConflctNerd Callum and I'm out.